So the inspiration behind this release is the sound of the High records, so Al Green, Ann Peebles, those kind of artists, and those records came out of Royal Studios in Memphis. The kit that we've used for this release is my 1960s Gretsch round badge kit. So we've got 20x14 bass drum, we've got 13x9 rack tom and 14x14 floor tom. And we've used 4 different snares, so we've got 2 Gretsch renowned snares, we've got 1 Ludwig Acrolite and a Ludwig 400 snare. So the kind of grooves on those old Al Green records were really simple, but really unique in the way they were played by Howard Grimes and Al Jackson Jr., who were primarily the drummers on those records. The mic placement for this is somewhat unusual in a way that there aren't any close mics, so that you haven't got a mic on the snare, and particularly you haven't got a mic on the rack tom or whatever, the hi-hat or the bass drum. What you've got is 4 mics around the kit, each picking up the kit as one instrument, which is the way that they kind of looked at drums in those days. They didn't have loads of channels, so they could, mic up the snare, 2 mics, 3 mics on the snare. They didn't have that, so they used, they saw it as one instrument and they put the mic in the best position to capture that instrument. And we've gone with that mind frame, but what we've done is we've maybe put a few more. We've put 4 mics around the kit. So what you could do is you could solo any of these mics and you're going to get a certain perspective of the kit. But you could also blend them all together to create kind of a different sound. So you've actually got a lot of options here to kind of create your own kind of sound within what we've done. So the wallet on the snare is paying homage to the great Al Jackson Jr., who played on a lot of the Al Green and Ann Peebles records. And what that does is just dampens the snare down, so I can tune it really low and you just hit it and it's just got that sound instantly. And that's what I love about those records. The snare in particular is the highlight for me of that drum sound.
We record each drum separately, starting with a kick drum. We record it in hits from quiet to loud in up to 28 stages from quiet to loud, so it's recorded quite extensively. The snare drum we do record in the same sort of levels as the kick drum, but for the snare drum we're recording hits in the centre, hits at the edge. We're recording side stick hits, we're recording rim shot hits, which is hitting the rim and the snare together. We're doing flams, we're recording just the rim on its own, all sorts of different articulations for the snare. Just trying to make the drum sound as expressive as possible and give people as many options and to create as many interesting sounds for them as they can, and hopefully with the mixture of programming or using a V-kit, the drums will sound as realistic as possible. Moving on to the hi-hat's recorded both at the centre and the edge, from fully closed to fully open in sort of 6 stages really, from close to open. So again, just trying to make the hat as expressive and natural sounding as possible. And then they're also we record some sort of closed foot pedals, sort of chicks and open splashes. Toms we record again same kind of level as the kick and the snare in the amount of velocity layers that we do. So again, just trying to make those sound as natural as possible. And then the crashes and rides. The ride we record the bell, the centre and the edge. Again, lots of velocity layers for those, and with the cymbals, just the centre and the edge hits for those. So in all, the whole kit gets recorded. I think for some of the kits we're up to somewhere around the 7,000 sample mark. So in real intricate detail.
You could solo any of these particular mics, and you instantly have the kit as a whole. You haven't got just the floor tom or just the snare drum. You've got the kit in a certain perspective, and you could go around. You could pick any of these mics, and the kit's going to sound slightly different. Maybe a bit more snare in one, a bit more crunchier. But you have loads of choices, but you could also just blend them all to one kind of big, round, fat, vintage-esque high record sound.